How's it going, internet? I hope you're having a wonderful day today. It's time to get creative, time to do some animation, time to get imaginative, and time to get inspired. And today's inspiration comes from, oh, I forgot to write it down for you, but it is Ken Anderson. If I believe I'm spelling that correct, let's do one quick look real quick. And yeah, Anderson. Sir Hiss. Look at that awesome sketch of his. This is The Illusion of Life, by the way. But he was a great animator over at Disney. He worked on Robin Hood, which is one of my favorite animated films of all times. And he also did this really cool movie, which a lot of people don't really hold in as high of regard as I do. But that being said, you should watch it. It's great. And that is Pete's Dragon. If you are unfamiliar with this movie, what he did and what's attributed to him as an animator is he had a gift for making the impossible possible. And what he did was he was one of the first, or the pioneers at least, of blending live action with cartoons at the same time. Now, granted, there was some really some older stuff, but he was the first one that got it so that they could like blend in the worlds and it would be drawn on the frames and everything, and it's really cool style. I love this movie. It's one of my favorites as a child. I just grew up just loving this movie. You know, one of the big fan of fantasy and dragons and everything, but he just has such a great way of bringing such life to this character and blending it with live action. Now, you know, in stuff like today with the CG technology we have right now, it might not seem as impressive, but I personally find myself more resonating with animation and blending live action and hand-drawn stuff more so than some CG. Now, some of it's really seamless, but some of it you can tell has that what's that, uncanny valley. But anyways, definitely check out his stuff. I'll link to a bunch more stuff on Ken Anderson down below. But I think that's a great way to think as a creative person, to try and make the impossible possible. So those ideas that just aren't real, but they're real in your head, try and bring them out and bring them to life in whatever medium it is that you're using, whether it's you know, music or sculpting or animation or drawing or whatever it is. Just have that goal of making the impossible possible. All right, so with that being said, let's get into today's animation. I kind of want to do something a little bit different today. Kind of wanted to do a little jump spin rather than a walk today. This is a free rig that you guys can grab. It comes from the wonderful, the amazing Animation Mentor. Such a good school. So many great people that I have met through there at that school, and some great teachers, and just an overall wonderful experience. If you get a chance, at least check out what they have available for free, and you can learn a lot. Especially I've linked stuff before to their YouTube channel. Definitely subscribe to them as well. They have some great top-notch stuff there. But like I said, this is a free Squirrel rig. You can go ahead and grab it, and I will link it in the information below. And remember, if you do any sort of animation tests or play around with any of these rigs, definitely share it back on the channel. Leave it in the comments below so that we can check out the amazing stuff that you guys are doing as well. With that being said, if you're new to this this series, I'd usually like to do a little bit of a rundown. We usually give ourselves anywhere from about 45 minutes to about 2 hours, depending on the idea, depending on the rig, and see what we can come up with within about 48 frames, and a little bit of instruction, a little bit of just kind of over the shoulder, and just kind of get into that creative process and see if we can hone in, and how well we do within that time frame, and how much I can share with you guys. And definitely don't be afraid to write down any sort of thoughts, ideas, comments, critiques, any of that kind of stuff, just to get those creative juices flowing, not only with me sharing stuff with you, but with you guys sharing stuff with me as well. So that being said, let's get started. And so let's see, let's get a good starting pose here. So what do we got? And like I said, I've never used this rig before, but I know their rigs are really solid because I have used other rigs before by them. But I want to do more of a good pose to start with. More of one of those storytelling type poses. I think think what we'll do is we'll have him look both ways, squash down, pop up, spin around, and squash back down. And try to do that and keep that within 48 frames if we can do that. So before we get started here, let's go ahead and give this tail just a little bit of rotate this way. So it's got a little bit, because I think we'll probably do something more like this for the angle that we start with. So I think we want to tilt the tail a little bit that way. Maybe we can give a little bit of rotate lie here as well. Okay, and let's make sure we've got everything turned off except for our NURB curves, NURB surfaces, and polygons. And let's go ahead and save the scene. And it'll just take a second. We are using Maya 2014 today. I know that 2016 just came out. I gotta keep reminding myself to go download the new version so I can share that stuff with you. Let me know if you guys have messed around with 2016 down in the comments below. If there's things that you like about it, definitely let me know so I can know to check it out as well. And we're just gonna call this Squirrel Shot. That works. And we'll save that and continue. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I think that's good enough of a starting pose. There's not a ton that I really want to do, and we'll probably tweak that a little bit more. Let's switch our frame range to 48. And I think that should be enough for the beats that we want to hit here. And let's go ahead and set a key there. So we want to take it 6. Let's rotate this way. And here's the top. Rotate it this way. Let's go to 18, and we'll rotate that, and rotate, come on, that. So let's see, look that way, look that way. Okay, we might need to do a little more here. And we'll definitely do some up and down in between there as well. So we'll go, And again, we're just kind of doing the foundational stuff. So I'm not too worried about getting it exact right now. We just want to get the feeling here. And let's go ahead and pull that rotate Y, rotate Y. Zero that out. And we'll zero that out. And we'll squash down. I think we'll squash down a little bit more. Squash down. And then we want to get that a good solid lift off pose. And then we'll raise it up here. Let's hear that. Actually, I want to make sure that keep that planted down. Again, we'll definitely have to time this out a little bit better. I think we might need 64 frames too. And what's that? Rotate X. Spin it around so it goes. Now let's zero that out. 1. That's a Y, 0, minus 360. And flush them down again. Actually, let's make sure that we're not doing anything we don't need to. We just got to translate Y, right? Zero that out because we don't want to do key things that we don't want to on accident. Let's translate Y. And then 60. And we'll zero that out. And we'll zero that out again. Okay, let's just do 60 frames. Okay, this is real basic. We're just getting the foundation. Okay, I think that's what I want to do. Now we just got to time it out a little better. And get some overlap and get some character, but I think that's the basic idea of this shot. So you're going to look one way, look the other way, jump up, flip, and jump back down. One thing I did want to do is zero to translate Y out. Actually, take the shrink it a little bit more, but not too much because we're getting some deformation there. Translate Y to be almost down. And window, animation editors, graph editor, translate Y. I want to raise that up even higher so we can get that tail to pass over. And again, remember, we're sticking with the time frame, so we can't do tons and tons of polish on this. So we want to do as best a job that we can, that we keep our tangents and clean and everything, so that we can get as good of a job as we can with the time limit that we have for these videos. So make sure that we keep them. Okay, so we definitely want to have them hold this pose a little bit longer, so we can have like hit at 5. Take 7 and hold that to like 10, so that he definitely holds that look over, and that way there'll be a little overshoot. Okay, and then I think I want 2 more frames for him to get there, so 1, 2. Let's see. And then I think I want another set 20 and hold that to 23. Okay, let's try it now. I think I want to go like 28, 31, set that. So we hold down that hold for a little bit longer. That should be a lot shorter, so I'll set that. Let's see. And that takes too long, so let's cut that back to... Okay, let's hit 58, set that there. And we need to cut this down by a lot here. Takes too long, so So what we have here, and what we have there, and cut it down by about 2 frames. Okay, let's go and watch that. Let's go delete that one. Maybe we'll set that. We'll set that so you ease into that squash down a little bit more. Maybe we can raise the translate wise a little bit more there. Really stretch it up. One thing I do want to zero out is this. Okay. One thing we gotta be careful of is it goes here. Head tips back, hips go out, forward. Shorten up that a little bit more. Let's get the rotate. So rotate X. Scale that back so it's just barely going. Rotate X. So we get just most of the rotate done in the air. So we want it to really not have too much translation, so we gotta be aware of the, because we're rotating the root here, we want to make sure that that stays in kind of the same space there. Let's see. That feels better. So I got it here. Should go a little bit further forward. Okay, let's watch that now. Maybe a little too much forward. Take this translate Y and raise it up higher there, so I got translate Y. Let's keep that up a little bit more. Let's see. Let's finish it. We'll get the foundational stuff down first. Okay, let's go ahead and save that, continue. Okay, now one thing I did want to do is I want to set what it is there. I want to dip it down so it goes down, up, hold, set what it is there. Set what it is there, and dip it down. Let's see, so it'll go. And then this needs to be a quicker recoil, so probably like 53, 55 should be our 53. Okay, let's try watching that now. Okay, now let's grab everything and let's give a little more timing here. So I want, we're just going to play with the timing so it's not too even. Get 2 more frames to get in there. Hold it for 2 more frames. 1 more frame to get in there and hold it for 2 more frames. Okay, let's try watch that now. Maybe 1 more frame here. It doesn't hit so hard. And then I think I want this could hit a little sooner. We can hold it, anticipate that a little bit more. And what if I think we're at 64? I think we're at like 63 right now. So it's a little bit longer. So 66, and we'll just duplicate what we have here, so it'll be kind of a loop here. So cool. Except I want to, where's the rotate? So we don't have that flip. Okay. And then let's go ahead and take what we have at like 2 and give ourselves a couple more frames before we hit that 1, 2. So it's a little bit of a slower look left. I feel like there's a little bit of jerkiness in that tail for some reason, so let's see if that's probably from the rotate. Is that rotate Y? What's that? Rotate Y. Just want to clean up our curves here a little bit. A little bit of crust in the transition here, so where's that coming from? Here's 69. Is that 68? Okay, yeah, that's what it is. So I need 68 frames. So we adjusted everything because I was getting a little bit of crust there. Take what we have here, way up there, give us like 64 so we don't lock off and then turn. That'll allow, because what we had was we had this rotate Y that was locked off and then it was going in there and it should ease in there a little bit more. So where's the rotate Y here? Set what we have there, set what we have there, delete that, let's see. Let's delete that. Let's see what we have here. just zeroed out here, so we just don't have any rotate Y there. Keep it simple. If it's not working, then we'll just whoosh, whoosh. So we have a 66, and let's give us 6 more frames. So that'd be 74. Just so there's that little bit of hold. Don't want it to walk off though, so I'll give us 61. Okay. And then what I want to do with this, oops, is rotate the tail the other way. And then which one do we have it at? 25 there. So we'll have a 25, it'll go the other way. Delete what we have there. That's too much. Rotate Y as well, so scale that back. Let's see. And 43. Okay. Let's just do a tiny bit there. We'll have it overshoot that a little bit more. Okay, maybe not that much. Overshoot those a little bit, just so there's a little bit of movement there. Let's see. I've got to be careful about rotating too much here, so let's key that, pull that back a little bit more, because we don't want that to intersect. So we'll go. Okay, let's watch that now. Right? Okay, now let's push the head forward 2 frames. Let's see if that helps. That way it'll lead the movement. The only thing with that is I feel like that's what we're missing. Let's push this back 2 frames. 1, 2. just feels like it hits a little too hard there. Maybe what I need to do is grab the translate Ys and have them recoil just a little bit. So go back up, and then let's see why I'll just key select it there, just so there's a little bit of recoil there. And clean up that curve a little bit more. Let's watch that now. There we go. I feel like this head is a little too. The curve is janky, and that's why. See that curve? Gotta clean that up. Don't want to have ugly curves, or it's going to give you not so good of animation. Maybe one more frame there. Okay, let's try that out. Let's make sure that I didn't push anything beyond where I have. Okay. Yeah, now there's that nice boing in the tummy that I like. Okay, let's go ahead and save our file here. Continue. And I think for this part, from what's that, 37 to 43, I think I want to do some really quick rotate Z's. So it's kind of, there we go. So there's kind of a little bit of rumble there, building up that anticipation. There we go. And then let's go ahead and do that in the tummy as well. So that'd be 40 and 42, 44, would have a little bit. Let's see. Give it that sense of like there's a thinking or a preparing to jump. It's got that kind of quality. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that. I feel like that's working okay. And let's go ahead and see if we can't get more into this tail here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's go ahead and unclick this, subkey there, subkey there. Just so we're making sure we're keying on the same thing. So let's go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set that there. Let's go ahead and zero that out. Okay, let's go ahead and save our file then. Now we got that little bit of swing in there. Let's go ahead and get into this guy. And go ahead and rotate that a little bit more. Let's go delete that. So I'm going to go here, rotate X, key selected, rotate X, key selected, rotate X, key selected, and we can always vary the timing once we've got the basic stuff down. Rotate X, key selected. X key selected, rotate X key selected, and rotate X key selected. Okay, I want to unclick this and just go into the rotate X's. Okay, so we got here, there. So what I want to do here is pull it in. Actually, maybe up a little bit higher here too. Down a little bit lower there. So you need like an extra 2 frames there. But I want to maybe pull it forward 2 frames. 1, 2. One more frame there. Maybe a little less there. Might add more here. Add more there. More there. Okay, let's try watch that. Again, it feels a little bit jerky still, so I want to clean that up a little bit more. 76. Take everything I have there. So we have a little more wiggle room here with the recoil on the tail. And let's just grab the rotate X. Sometimes you need to grab a couple extra frames. And this is probably going to be a longer video since I keep making it a longer shot. disconnected. What's going on here? Okay, that's too far extended, so we gotta pull that back in. We gotta get more out of this guy. Here. Rotate that up there, but I gotta get a little more here. And we want to pull all of those back a little bit more. And 1, 2, 3. Can pull that. Actually, let's do this. Get that nice S curve if we can in there. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like we gotta get the rotate X here a little bit further forward. And this can actually be a little bit higher. This can actually be down a little bit more. And this could be up a little bit more. This could be up a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, let's watch that now. There we go, that's working all right. We could definitely, spend a lot of time really polishing up those curves and really getting it working. But I think for shorter, we want to keep these with what we got. I think we got some good character out of that. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If there's different things you would have tried, different approaches, critiques with timing or any sort of thing. If you learned something, definitely let me know. If you have any suggestions for newer videos or anything. But that being said, let's take a look back at where we started with this one. And Try in your work to have a gift for making the impossible possible. So keep working every day, keep coming up with new imaginative stuff, keep getting inspired, and most of all, just keep creating because you're awesome and you can do it. And I believe in you. Alright, that being said, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for all the likes and subscribing to the channel. You're amazing. And we'll see you tomorrow for some more animation.